Hi, I'm Margarita, and this is the machine quilting portion for one of the projects in my new book, Finish Almost Any Quilt Using Quilt-as-you-go. If you haven't already seen the blocks portion, you can go watch that now, or you can stick with me as I machine quilt these blocks and get them on their way to being a finished quilt. As I'm getting ready to do the quilting on this block and every block, I basically am picking one edge to start with, and it doesn't matter which edge. I'm going to use this side of my walking foot along this seam line, and that's going to move the stitching in almost half an inch. It's just an arbitrary measurement. Just pick something that lines up for you. I'm going to start right here on the edge because I'm holding both threads. I don't really need a leader to start with. As long as I keep those threads tight in my fingers, they're not going to get fouled up underneath the quilt. And that's what you really want to prevent. Now I'm using this little cheater ruler. You can use anything as a guide to make sure that when I put my foot down, it lines up, and it'll line up as I'm going towards this seam. You can hold this in place, but if you do, it's going to hit on my walking foot. It's going to hit right here, so I either have to slide it forward or just kind of eyeball it. So here we go. On this design, I really wanted to go with a big stitch, partly because I hope you can see this. Let's get a white piece of paper here. This is my bobbin thread, and this is the top thread. See how much thicker the top thread is? For these blocks and this thread, I'd really like to have the stitching stand out even more than just the thread will do. So for that reason, I'm going to change the adjustment on my stitch length. This machine normally is set at, say, 10 stitches per inch as a default, which gives it about a number 2 1/4 if you have a numbered dial. I'm going to move it up to 4 for a nice big stitch length. Now I see that I'm on track. I'm not really going to keep the ruler there. After the first block or two, you probably are going to be able to judge distances pretty well. I'm going to curl the edges up so that nothing's hitting the machine, almost treating it like a little quilt itself. And I'm going to lift it over this edge, so it's just going to glide very smoothly. The walking foot's going to do all the work. There you can see that nice big stitch. I love the way this looks. I'm going to keep going the same direction, not turn around and come back. So that if the walking foot is moving the fabric at all, it all comes in one direction. They don't fight each other. A little bit over. There we go. Just right. Move this just a little bit out of the way just by sliding the end. And again, fold this up and hold on to it almost like you're sort of steering a car. Now turn it and start over. Now here, this can be a concern when you come this way with your stitching. If you're pushing fabric, you can create a pucker right here. So take that last chance to smooth everything backwards, and if you need to repin, go ahead and do that now. And that'll prevent a pucker as you work this seam. That looks good. Hold both threads. Oh, I'm a little bit too far onto. There we go. And hold this over. Yay! The blocks are done. Now, if you want to watch another project, I've got a playlist of the projects from my new book. If you want to find out more about the book, I've got a video about that. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Margarita, and I'll see you next time. Oh, I forgot to say, I haven't finished all my quilts yet. I just finished the ones I needed for that book. I still have a lot of projects left to do, and I'm done writing. So all the projects now are just going on video. I'll upload them as I work on them and as I finish them. So I invite you to come along with me on that process too.